And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Heart-Based Business Show. I'm sorry we got started a little bit late, and it's all because I forgot to hit the live button. Have you ever done that? So good morning, good morning, good morning. I am broadcasting from my home on the beach in San Felipe, Baja, Mexico. And this whole show is all about how to run a heart-based business so that you can take the time to have a lifestyle. That's what this is all about. And if you can't have a lifestyle, what's the point? Now, San Felipe, Baja, Mexico is just 4 hours south of San Diego on the Sea of Cortez. And when I look out my window, it's so beautiful out there. I can see the sea and the sand, and I can't wait to go out for a walk. But what I want to talk to you about first is the importance of lifestyle and the experience that I had last weekend. And it was all about being with nature. So about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours south of San Felipe, you can go pet and kiss the whales. Have you ever done that? This is pretty amazing experience. And I want to show you some pictures. If you look up in the corner there, you'll see the whales come right up to the boat. We had 5 whales circulating around us, and we had such a wonderful time. And I got baptized twice by the blowholes. Look at the size of that blowhole. And it just drenched me. My hat was wet, my clothes were wet, everything was wet and salty. But it was also a gorgeous, gorgeous day. And there I am right there petting the whales with my red hat on, and drenched as it was, it still managed to shield me from the sun. But you can pet these animals in Mexico. Now, if you're in the United States, I lived in Hawaii for 5 years. I went out on so many whale watching tours, and they were a mile away because the United States doesn't let you get near them. But in Guerrero Negro, and it's Guerrero, new word, Negro, you can actually kiss the whales, see, and you can hug them. Now, the reason that they come up by the boat is because they love humans. These are giant gray whales. You have no idea. Biggest whales that we have. And they're very, very affectionate after they've had their babies. And at this time, when you go in February to maybe the 3rd week in March, all the bulls, the dads, have left, and the moms and babies are in this stunning lagoon, and they love to come up and be pet and scratched, and you can kiss them. And I got to do that too. So what I wanted to tell you is, if you get a chance, go down there and do it. Go down and pet the whales. And in Mexico, you can do that. Let me tell you something. The media is so nasty where it's concerned with the not being able to go to Mexico. They try to scare you to death. But I've had a place here in San Felipe for 9 years. I drive the road over the border and all the way down here for 2 hours all by myself. The road is phenomenal, and there's nothing to worry about. And even if you break down on the road, there's the Blue Angels that help you out, or anybody will come along and stop and help you out. We all work together to take care of each other. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you are afraid to go to Mexico, you are missing out on so much. I can't begin to tell you how much you're missing out. And the whales are one of those things. So when I say, if you have a heart-based business, you'll be able to have a lifestyle that you really love and enjoy. And this show is all about supporting you to live the lifestyle of your dreams. Now, I want to give you a specific tip today about if you have your own show, or you are starting up for the first time. Many of you know I've had Maximize Your Wealth Now, which I did on the set. It was I had WMAX TV. It was on the set in San Diego, and I had many, many shows. And then last year I did Ascended Masters at Work, and that was a podcast. This year I decided to come and have some fun with you and show up and bring guests to the show that can really make a difference in your life and leading that lifestyle you want to lead. Now, this is part 2. I'm bringing Denise Mortimer back to you from the UK because I got so many text messages and so many comments about not allowing, because the internet was a problem, nobody was allowed to hear what she said. So I'm going to bring her back so that she can fill in where she left off, because she's an amazing woman. And I'm so excited that she's with us again. And she's all about turning your life around so that you can sleep at night and stop all those racing thoughts in the back of your mind. So Denise, let me welcome you on to the show. I'm so glad you're here with me.
I'm so glad to be back again. Great to see you again. And I love your story about the whales and about not being afraid to go to Mexico. That's such a powerful and important message.
You know, I just want to tell you, I know you work with energy, I work with energy, and the whales have the most amazing energy. It's said that they're very old souls, and that they're here on Earth, and you could really feel that as you hug them or you kiss them or you touch them. It's just amazing what that energy feels like. So I'd love to talk to you about high and low energy. Would you share that with us?
Sure. And you've really inspired me. My husband and I are just about to go traveling around the world, and Mexico, I've just put it on the list.
Good for you. Yay. There's so much beauty in Mexico. I just can't believe it. And I have more to show as the shows move along. But this was really an impactful experience.
I think, Shirlene, I think you are such a fantastic example of wherever you go, you take yourself with you. Mm-hmm. Because wherever you go, you can find people who are grim and depressed and despaired, or you can find the joy and the beauty and the gratitude. And I think you are such a shining example of finding the beauty. And thank you for being an ambassador.
Thank you.
For Mexico and for all the beauty that's available around us. We need people. We need light workers to be showing other people what's possible. We always have a choice how we view the world. So.
Yes, we do. And when we miss out and fear takes over just because of the media, think of all they're missing. You could be kissing a whale right now.
Yes. And I can't wait to go and kiss a whale. So let's talk about energy then. So some of the work that I've been doing, and it's been in the last 6 months that I've added this to my repertoire of skills. I've been working. Well, let's put it this way. The law of attraction has become more evident. Now, I've always believed in it, but I kind of struggled to activate it in my life, even though it's active in my life all the time. We're always manifesting. We're always creating. But sometimes we say we want something and we don't seem to be able to create it. Mm-hmm. So often people say, I want more clients, or I want more money, or I want to find the partner of my dreams. And the one thing that they want so much is the one thing that escapes them. And what I've discovered with my recent work, which is called Rapid Transformation Therapy, it's not my modality, it's somebody else's modality, but it's hugely powerful, is that when we let go of old trapped emotions, and I say trapped because I believe that they're kept at a cellular level, when we release those trapped emotions, then we become a vibrational match for the thing that we want. And I've seen this over and over and over again with my current cohort of clients coming through. There's something that escapes them. We go back, we clear something from the past, and they release that negative energy, and they're free to go and create and manifest exactly what they want.
Beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful, because people are really trying to do manifestation of what they want, but they don't always get it. Why do you suppose that is?
I absolutely believe this so strongly now. I believe it's because there are subconscious beliefs that are, our subconscious mind is driving up to 98% of our behavior on a daily basis. So we think we're in control, but actually it's our 7-year-old child that's in control of the decisions we make, choices we make, everything. So many decisions are based on subconscious, and by nature they are subconscious, so we're not aware of them. But what we do become aware of is that we go in these cycles of behavior where somebody says, "Oh, I want to lose weight," but then as they go and eat cake, I want to go and make, but it's that I want to find love, but then they go and find a partner that's completely abusive and completely wrong to them. I want to create success in my business, and they don't take the right action. So there's a disconnection between what they say and what they do. And that's the disconnection between their conscious mind and their subconscious mind. And until there is an agreement between both parts, you're going to continually get that, I want this, but I do this. I want this, but I do the opposite.
I think that's it. I've got a story around that. Can I share with you about it?
Please
Okay.
do.
So I was working with one of my clients, and she said, "Oh, I always eat healthy and I can't seem to lose this weight. I can't figure out why this weight won't go away because I'm really conscientious about what it is that I eat." So guess what? She went with me to see the whales. And I got to see how she eats, and she ate twice as much of me, and she ate all day long. She was constantly eating. And what do you think about that? Because I think some people have a belief in their mind, but they don't really they don't see their behavior. How is that brought into the light?
Well, there comes a point where we get fed up with telling ourselves the same story and getting stuck in the same cycles. And it's only when we get to a point where we're like, I can't even stand listening to myself anymore, moaning about my weight or my lack of career progression or my lack of finding the right partner. It's only when they get to the point where they're so like, I surrender, I give up, that they're ready to explore what could possibly be going on here. Because you cannot solve a subconscious problem with a conscious solution. So you cannot take a dieter, someone who wants to lose weight. They may lose weight for an occasion. They may lose weight because they're focused on a particular diet for a period of time. But unless you deal with the underlying issue, it's going to be a repetitive cycle. It'll be gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. I got an itchy nose. And the gain weight, lose weight can be representative of any kind of behavior. Takes drugs, don't take drugs, drinks, doesn't drink, negative relationship, career progression, make money, lose money. It's just this cycle that goes around and around and around. And underneath it all, when you go back to the childhood beliefs that were created, you find that somewhere along the way, there is a feeling of not worthiness, a feeling of guilt, a feeling of shame, a feeling of despair, a feeling of powerlessness that became ingrained in their psyche. And that is what's driving their behavior as an adult. And until we go back there and clear that up, it's going to keep going over and over and over again.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because I think it gets stuck in our souls, our cells rather, our souls too, but our cells. And yes, we can think all we want, but thinking doesn't always get us where we want to go.
No, absolutely. So, and this is what I mean about, you can't solve a subconscious problem with a conscious solution. You've got to go into the subconscious. You've got to make that connection and get agreement that the subconscious is on board for you to be able to make a lasting and pervasive and permanent change.
Absolutely. And then do they feel that change in their body?
Oh my goodness, yes. So I've had some incredible, powerful stories from my clients. people who've had physical symptoms where we're doing something called Selfcommand, where we're literally embedding commands about their cells being restored to as nature intended. And people around them are commenting like, wow, I can't remember ever seeing you so vibrant, so full of life, and they're feeling amazing. And when you finish one of these sessions, because you've delved into an area, often people are telling me things that they've never shared with another human. And just by doing that is healing. But when you add an opportunity to invite them to let go of it, like acknowledge, how is this holding you back? And then invite them to let go of it, then put a whole transformation process in place. It becomes like, they're just like, I don't even know what happened to me, but I like it.
So share with us some of the benefits that people are getting. What changes have they accomplished in their lives since they worked with you?
Oh my goodness. It's just, they're just so profound. They're so profound. Like I had a gentleman who, like, money was never an issue. Had plenty of money coming in, but he was afraid to spend it because he grew up in an environment where you had to hold on to it. So his family were suffering because they want to go on vacation. They want to do lovely things. And he won't spend the money. And he's like, I took my wife out for a meal, and it sounds like a small thing, but he's like, it was, it's a joyful. And the thing is, when you change your energy, like when my clients change their energy, they're vibrating at a different frequency. And that doesn't just impact them. It impacts everyone around them. Everyone around them feels differently and starts responding differently to them. So I've had clients who were struggling to make money, literally miraculously have clients turn up sending them messages saying, I want to work with you and I want to pay you in full. And it is that vibrational frequency when you get rid of the low level stuff, because you can only attract from the vibration that you're vibrating at, from the frequency you're vibrating at. So if you have a subconscious pattern that is shame, despair, powerlessness, you are giving out that vibration. No matter what you're saying with your mouth, your energy doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. So what you're saying with your mouth, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But the energy you're giving out is, I don't deserve this. I shouldn't be asking for this. I'm embarrassed about this. You're going to get what your energy is vibrating at. So the way that you know where you're vibrating is to ask yourself, what does your bank account look like? What does your love life look like? What does your physical body look like? Because
what does your lifestyle look like?
Yes, because absolutely, because that is going to give you everything in your life is giving away. It's leaking information about what your subconscious beliefs are. You're getting exactly what you believe you deserve, regardless of what you say with your mouth.
Wow, I love that. That was so well said, Denise.
Thank you.
And I'm so excited that she's back with us. And I didn't get to tell you what my tip was. And that is to set your show up for every other week. So if something goes wrong, you can invite a marvelous person back. And that's why I'm so grateful that we're together. Now, I have another question for you. I have noticed that brighter light draws sometimes darker energy. What is that about?
Brighter light draws dark. So are you talking about people who are sort of showing up as?
Yes.
I suspect that when you are a light worker, those who need to be healed find their way to you. But there are many ways. There are many ways to find your way to the light. So what I do, the rapid transformation, is one way to heal people and help them become enlightened. There's Reiki, there's EFT tapping, there's so many different modalities. And I think every person, when there's a little flicker of hope in them that life can be different than it currently is, it's about them finding the channel, tuning into the channel that's going to help them be the portal to the other side, to allow them to be the greatest expression of themselves. I would never say what I do is the only way to find enlightenment. There are so many ways, but I believe that there are souls that are assigned to me, and they'll find their way to me, and we'll work together and like send them off on their merry way so that they can be the most outstanding version of themselves.
Awesome. That's awesome. Right. And, you know, it seems like, and I'm hearing lots of reports and reading a lot of things about how the awakening is progressing. And I know that we're here on Earth at this time to help that along. And that's exactly what you're doing. What do you think about what you're hearing about so many people awakening to a change in life and how they perceive themselves and others and how they interact in the world?
I absolutely believe there is an awakening going on. Maybe even it's too slow, but I have to believe that I have to believe that everything is perfectly timed. So everything in the right time. But we simply cannot sustain the kind of lifestyles that we have at the moment. We have to become. We'll drive ourselves to extinction as a race if we don't rise above the systems, the kind of container we're living in. Because as a light worker, you step above that container. You still exist in it within a monetary system, in a healthcare system. You still have to live within those boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
but you also on the outside, knowing that there's something bigger and there's something more, and inviting other people to take that risk and step up and to believe that there's something more, and to believe in the power of your own mind about creating your reality, and that you don't have to be a slave to a system. Like you said, the American government saying, don't go to Mexico. And you're saying, I'm here telling a different story. I drive all around by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a woman of a certain age, and I'm happy to drive around, and there's blue assistants at the side of the road, and I'm kissing whales.
It's a no-brainer.
But so, often with this, like, if you pay attention to the news, you're misinformed. If you don't pay attention to the news, you're uninformed. So you've got to be, it's like reading the packet of the ingredients on a cereal box. You have to be able to see beyond what they're saying. You need to read between the lines, and we all need to read between the lines in life and ask, in whose interest is it for us to believe this propaganda about you can't go to Mexico or whatever? And this is part of enlightenment, questioning things and being, look, who wants me to believe that? Why is it important for me to be fearful of going to Mexico?
Let me fill you in. If you notice, and I want you to notice from now on, everybody notice from now on when this comes up in the media. Okay? Really focus, because I'm going to tell you, I know when. You want to know when?
When?
Okay, so for us, now you're in the United Kingdom, you're in London, so it's different for us because we're right on the border from Mexico in California. But here's where we hear it. It'll be coming up very soon because it'll be spring break for the kids for Easter. And they'll start saying it because they don't want the kids to come down here and spend money in another country. It happens at Christmas time. It happens at every holiday where they start saying these things. And then people go, oh, I was going to go to Mexico, but now I'm afraid to go because this just happened. Well, let me tell you, in San Felipe, we can walk around any time of night. We're so well protected, and there's nothing that happens. It just doesn't happen. It's a fabulous little place. And Guerrero Negro is the same way. It doesn't have anything. So like I said, in Oakland, there's people that live all around Oakland. I tried to go to church one morning and there was a dead person on the corner. They had the street all blocked off, so I couldn't even go.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
But I wasn't there when it happened. I wasn't a part of that. So it didn't, other than to say, oh my gosh, what a terrible thing. No one's going to be at church this Sunday because they can't get there. You know, it doesn't happen unless you are in some way in that area or involved. Agreed?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And the fact that you're going out and getting, was it 25 clams for $7?
Yes. Steamed, beautiful steamed clams. And garlic shrimp. And and then I go to the US and it's $17 or $27. It's ridiculous. You can actually live here on $1,100 a month. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's incredible.
I know. Well, Denise, it's just been so lovely having you back on the show again. And I'm so glad I didn't book anything for the following week so I could have you back. You've been marvelous.
Thank you so much for having me back. It's been a joy.
And I want to ask you, how can we connect with you? What can we do to connect with you?
So anyone can drop me a message on my website, which is denisemortimer.com. And that's probably the best way to connect with me. And there is also a link for a freebie. I have, if you are a business person and you would like a meditation that I made for becoming magnetic for your ideal client, you can click on the link and download that meditation.
Wonderful. And we'll put the link down below so that people can just go and click on it. And again, thank you for coming back. And we had so much drama last week with the internet and the storm and all that. But I'm really grateful that it worked out in your time zone, which I believe it's like 5:30 p.m. in London, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. And look at, it was perfect. We didn't have any problems. So thank you.
Perfectly aligned. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You are welcome. So don't go away yet. I want to talk to you briefly about the fact that we're going to have Fiona Clarke, also from London. When I went to the Women's Economic Forum, it was so wonderful. That was early November because I was able to connect with so many people in London and I just adore them. So I thought I'd bring them to you so you could see what London is doing. And also I have people coming from Switzerland and all over the world. That's what I love about this. Now, if you want to connect to me on Facebook, I'm at Dr. Shirlene. Just go there and subscribe on there. And please, whatever you do, subscribe to the show because I would love to have you make comments and let's start interacting. And by all means, go and see Denise and get her freebie. I love how she made it a freebie. So there it is again, so that you can connect up with her. And if you want to sleep better at night and you want to offload all those emotions, Denise is definitely the way to go. I absolutely adore her. And I'm so grateful that she was on the show. So thank you for joining us. You've been absolutely wonderful. Join us next Wednesday at 9 a.m. for the Heart-Based Business Show. And I'll be here with Fiona Clarke. And I'm going to show you more photos from Mexico so that you can learn more about what you're missing if you haven't been here. So have a great week, everybody. And I'll see you next week, Wednesday morning, Pacific time, and 5 o'clock in the UK.